Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today we are going to make a card. I'm calling it a Happy Mail card, and it's featuring the Love Mail stamp and thin cut set. We're going to use these little envelopes and a couple of the sentiments off of here. The first thing we're going to do though is we are going to take some of this photo paper. You can see there it catches the light. It's a glossy paper. It's something that was gifted to me, and I have it cut down to, I would say, I have it cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. I have Ballerina ink and raspberry ink, and we're going to do some swiping. And this is a very simple technique, kind of creating your own colored paper. So I'm doing the ballerina first, and that's important. You always want to do the lightest color first. I'm going to flip it around, and then I'm going to take the raspberry, and again I'm going to do some swiping. And this is why you want to do lighter color first, because you're going to be overlapping, and that lighter color will not cause any issues with your darker stamp. But if you do it in the other direction, you will end up with a raspberry very noticeably on your ballerina. So we've got this sitting here, and I'm going to set it to the side to dry. And through the magic of videos, I've got one that I already did. And I am going to take a stencil. This is a slimline stencil, but it has these cute polka dots, and I think they're so fun. I have a palette knife, and I have some texture paste. I have a piece of press and seal on here that helps to keep my paste from drying out. Nothing more sad than going to your little pot of paste and having it dry. So I'm going to pick up a bunch on a palette knife. You could also use a gift card or anything flat that you can rub across. And I'm just going a little bit thick at first, and then you come along and you scrape, and you can take that excess and you can continue on your way down your panel. Just fill in all the little holes, and then at about a 45-degree angle you give it a scrape. Now I'm just going to wipe it off. You could put it back in the pot, except that I'm afraid that maybe some of that ink will mix in, and I don't want to put any contaminated paste back in my jar. Then we pull off the stencil, and I will show you those dots. Aren't they fun? Just like that. So I've got that panel. I'm going to set it aside to dry, and I'm going to go quick pop this in my sink. Okay, I have that in my sink. You want to wash that paste off right away. If you let it dry on your stencil, you will be very sad. It is difficult to get off once it dries in place. So I'm replacing my press and seal, and then the cover. That should keep my paste nice and moist. I took a panel and I used a die. I don't know. I have an infinity die from Hero Arts with lots of different heart sizes. So I picked one and I cut out, and this does have those polka dots on it. Let's see if we can get it in a direction where you can see. There it is. So you can see it has the texture paste. And then I have a second. This is just plain white daisy cardstock, and we're going to make a card out of these two pieces. And all I'm going to do is a super simple, cheaty way. I am just taking my finger and bending a corner over. So that's what that looks like. You want to take your bone folder, give it a good press. You want to fold it back in the other direction. That's important because we're creating the hinge that will allow the card to open. So you want to get that moving so that it moves freely. I like to use liquid glue, but you can use whatever floats your boat. And you just put the adhesive on this outer edge here. You don't want to go below that fold line or you will glue your card closed. And you just sit this on top, line it up, and you can flip it over and check and see how you're doing. Give a little pressure there, right where that hinge is. And then you open it up. It opens like that. I love these little fun shaped cards. So cute. Now I have a couple of, now if I can find them. I have all my pieces. Oh, here they are. Yay. I've got this one. It's a little bit bigger. And I did it with different colors. So we're going to decorate this bigger one. So I've got a tag. It's a stitched tag from my stash. We're using up some things that we have on hand. I think that's always important to go back to those things that you've loved in the past and get them out and use them. They get lonely. And here you can see I have one of the little envelopes, the back side, and I am going to put a little glue on here and I'm going to cover up that hole. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a jaunty angle, give it a rub-a-dub-a-doo, and then I'm going to take this one and give it a bit of a jaunty angle, and it'll just hang off the edge just a little bit. I think I might have gotten just a smidge of glue there, but it'll wipe up just fine. And isn't that cute? Oh, I think that's so fun. And it opens up just like that. And you can put, we can do something here. Just like this. So we've got a little sentiment that says Valentine Wishes. And we'll pull out just some plain old black ink. Sort of center it down and up. Oh, that looks good. And I think this is a really sweet card, and it'll fit in a normal envelope, I do believe. I think that it's, yes, I think that that would fit into a normal 5.5 by 4. Oh yes, definitely 4.25 by 5.5 inch. Now, isn't that a fun, cute card? And certainly this can go out for Valentine wishes. I'm doing this before Valentine's Day, so you'll see this video after Valentine's Day, but you could certainly put any kind of a sentiment in there, thinking of you, happy birthday, anything like that. There you go. I hope you'll give this a try. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed crafty day, and I will see you next time.